Hello, everybody. Coming to you live from Melbourne, Florida. So today we hit the road and rolled on out of Babson Park. I do think we'll be headed back there though. And we made it all the way over to the east coast of Florida where we got together with some friends that we met up in Maine, which was why we were in Babson Park as well. So, coming to you live from the eastern side of Florida, and today I wanted to ask you if you know who you truly are. And tomorrow's guest will go into this as well, but we will be talking about higher self. Tomorrow's guest is the Angela Hoover, and we will go live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But today, Tony Robbins said that the strongest force in the human personality is the need to stay consistent with how we define ourselves. So when I hit rock bottom, and I think I talked about this yesterday, I just sat there and went, who am I anyway? Who is this person that I have been pretending to be? I had been defining myself under someone else's definition of who I was supposed to be. And it wasn't until I found my own definition of who I am that I was able to find joy and find peace and find a cat that just clawed the heck out of my leg. But I had to totally go back to my very deepest depths of myself to figure out who I truly am. And I was defining myself as a teacher, a wife, an artist, all the societal expectations of and labels of who I had been. Those things were a part of me, yes, but they were not who I am. So I want you to take a moment and really look at who are you. What comes up for you? I encourage you to take some time and sit and write. I wrote out the question over and over in my journal, and then I just free wrote and allowed things to flow through me. And I should have grabbed that journal. I don't have it here in front of me, but the things that came out, I went, oh, that's pretty cool. Those are cool things. I am a joyful being of love and light, and that is what I am here to help spread and share. And my guests that will be joining me are also beings of love and light that are here to share their gifts. So I'm excited to share one with you again tomorrow. Robbins also said that he had connected with a teacher that was teaching in some pretty rough schools, but she was very driven to help her students overcome the identity that society had put on them. And in one of the classes, Tony Robbins went and visited, and these are kindergartners. And he tells the story of asking this little 4-year-old what they were learning about. And he asked this young man, tell me what you're learning about. And the young boy said something along the lines of, well, numerous subjects. What would you like to know? And so he kept inviting Tony to go deeper with his questions until Tony asked him, well, what book are you reading right now? And this teacher had taken her kindergartners into reading things like Of Mice and Men. And this kindergartner mentions that one and says that he's in the middle of that, and Tony Robbins asks him, well, tell me about that book. And the kid begins to tell him about the story. That the child's name, if I could understand Tony correctly, is Tomich E. Griffith. And Tomich says, well, the protagonist is, and he goes off on the spiel, and Tony thinks, well, you can coach a kid to say specific things. So what if I ask him, well, what do you think the meaning of that book is? And the little boy sits there for a little while, and he says, well, society may predict how you'll turn out, but only you can determine your destiny. You get to choose what your identity is, and you choose that by the words that you are talking about yourself in your own mind and to others. So if you say, I'm a winner, or you think I'm a winner, you will find ways to win. If you think that you're a loser, you will find ways to lose. So it's all in your mindset and how you are identifying yourself. So I started this whole 101 days because I identify still myself as someone who is not great at conversation. Sitting and talking, sure, I can sit and talk on a topic and talk about myself and talk about art and talk about my cats, all the things that are really near and dear to me. But if I have to have a conversation with a stranger and ask questions, my brain has always gone blank. And so that's why I started this 101 days, because of that identity that I have created of myself as a poor conversationalist. So you guys get to benefit from that. All of that to say, when your identity changes, your behavior will change, and you will live that identity. So it goes into, instead of saying things like I am tired, you say I am feeling tired. There's power in the I am statement. So be sure to only say the things that you truly want to identify yourself as being. I am a world-renowned artist. That's what I want to identify myself as. Sure, I'm not quite there yet, but that is what I am believing. That is who I'm believing is a part of who I am, beyond the spiritual being that's here having a human experience. Your identity influences everything. So go back to that question. Who am I? And be sure to join me tomorrow with Angela Hoover as we talk about higher self and how that piece of who each of us is such a beautiful, and I don't know the word I'm searching for, it's a beautiful piece. So I love you all. Thank you for joining me. And if you have any questions, be sure to pop them in. I didn't find my identity of who I am right away. It took being smashed and my whole reality turned upside down, very thankfully, so that I could turn myself back to who I truly am. But it doesn't have to be that way. You can make the change without having to have your world turn to dust. Love you all. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye from me and Sparrow. She doesn't want to face the camera. She is obsessed with shoulders. Bye, everybody.